Well, good afternoon there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scott Manning coming to you live from Scott Manning YouTube Sports Talk. I just want to take a few minutes and talk about it. The Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl is now over, and maybe Jim Harbaugh's days at Michigan are now officially over. Florida humiliates Michigan today 41-15. I mean, let's think about this. Felipe Franks, 13 of 23, 173 yards and a touchdown. And a passing touchdown. He also carried the ball 14 times for 74 yards and had a touchdown on the ground. Lamichael Perry, 6 carries, 76 yards and a touchdown on the ground. He also had 4 catches for 22 yards and a touchdown through the air. Jordan Scarlett, 9 catches, 9 carries, 59 yards and a touchdown on the ground. And there was a real big defensive guy that stepped up too. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, 2 interceptions, 83 yards, and that includes a pick 6. Wow. Everybody was thinking, oh, this is going to be a close game. Florida, Michigan, this is going to be a grind-out, blowout, a close game. It was a blowout. Shea Patterson, 19 of 30, 206 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Christian Turner, 7 carries, 29 yards. Nico Collins, everybody figured he'd step up. 5 catches, 80 yards. That was it for him. Donovan Peoples-Jones, he had 6 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown. I was thinking this is going to be a defensive battle. But let's think about this. Michigan, they only averaged 116 yards on the rush defense. Today, the rush defense gave up 248. And Michigan's rush offense, they averaged like 214 yards per game. They got shut down to 71. That was it. Now, on first downs, it was very close. Florida took that 15-14. Now, on third down, the money down, Florida was 8 of 15. Michigan was only 6 of 14. Total yards, Michigan, they've been averaging almost 300-400 yards a game. Today they've been averaging about 400 or 500 yards a game. They got shut down to 277. Michigan had 2 turnovers. One of those turnovers was an interception pick 6 to put the game officially out of reach. Time of possession was fairly close. Florida barely took that. Now, what I saw today out of the Michigan Wolverines was a nightmare. 2 horrible losses. First, Ohio State blows their doors off 62-39. And today, they get their doors blown off by Florida 41-15 in the Peach Bowl. Where did we go wrong? Well, when Michigan's offense only rushes for 71 yards, and they've been averaging 214, there's a major problem right there. The Michigan rush defense, they only given up 116 yards average for the season. Today they gave up 248. There's a couple big problems right there. So now here's the question. What's next for Jim Harbaugh? He lost to Notre Dame. He lost to Ohio State. Actually, he got his doors blown off by Ohio State. Now he gets his doors blown off in the bowl game. So I'm going to take a survey. And please let me know what you think. Here's the survey question. Do you think Jim Harbaugh should be fired as coach of Michigan for losing to Ohio State every year since he's been there, getting his doors blown off 62-39, getting embarrassed in the bowl game today? So here's the question. Does Jim Harbaugh deserve to be fired? Me, I say yes. And here's why. He went on this big revenge tour, lost to Notre Dame, lost to Ohio State. He lost to Notre Dame. He got his doors blown off by Ohio State, and they get their doors blown off in the bowl game. So, does Jim Harbaugh deserve to be fired? Yes. Because the University of Michigan is not going to tolerate a performance that bad by a Michigan team like this in a bowl game and against the Florida Gators. I mean, come on. Florida had about 418 yards total offense, but Felipe Franks, 13 of 23, 173 yards and a touchdown. Carried the ball 14 times for 74 yards. There's my game. There's a game ball right there. But Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, he stepped up. And the Florida rush defense stepped up in a big, big way today. My hats go off to them. But I'm going to say this now. And yes, Jim Harbaugh should be fired. After this performance, after the last 2 performances, getting your doors blown off by Ohio State, Embarrassment in the bowl game, for crying out loud. I watched the game from start to finish. I have never seen a Michigan team look so bad in my entire life. But it is what it is. But you know what? Let's hand out some game balls, because I haven't forgot about Florida. Believe me, I've not forgot about the Florida Gators. Now, game balls. I'm going to hand out 2 of them. Felipe Franks, 13 to 23, 173 yards, a touchdown. 14 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Congratulations there, Felipe Franks. You just got yourself a Scott Manning game ball. And what are these game balls worth? Just a pat on the back and an attaboy. And a great job. The next game ball. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, 2 interceptions, 83 yards, and a pick 6. Congratulations to you, sir. You just got yourself a Scott Manning game ball. And you know what? I am going to give a game ball to the entire Florida defense. The rush defense stepped up. They only lost 71 yards against one of the best rush offenses in the country. Michigan an average of 214 yards per game rush per season for this season. Today, Florida only allowed 71. My hats go off to them. And I'm going to say it one more time. As far as Michigan goes, they look bad. And should Jim Harbaugh be fired? Yes. Yes, he should. So I'm going to leave it an opinion question. And please let me know what you think. Do you think Jim Harbaugh should be fired, yes or no? I say yes. And you'll see why. And you'll see what I mean. And we're just a few minutes away from Notre Dame and Clemson kicking off in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. And then later tonight in prime time, we will have number 1 Alabama, number 4 Oklahoma in the Capital One Orange Bowl. And the 2 national semifinal games are starting here very shortly, but I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl. And I'm going to tell you, I thought this game was going to be a grind out. I was thinking 21-17 at the start of the day. I didn't think Florida was going to put 41 on the board against Michigan, against one of the best defenses in the country. In the last 2 games, the Michigan defense has been a major joke. And that's all there is to it. I think Harbaugh choked, and I mean as if... I'm sorry, I just got to do that. I don't like Michigan. That's the way I was raised. But one more time, Jim Harbaugh, as far as I'm concerned, will be out, in my opinion, after the last 2 games and after the embarrassment against Ohio, the way Ohio State embarrassed them and Michigan, and in the bowl game today, and after what Dan Mullen did and the Florida Gators. My hats go off to the Gators, especially Felipe Franks, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and to the Florida defense for the way they stepped up. My congratulations to the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl champions for 2018. The Florida Gators, you guys got the job done, and my congratulations to you. And I'm not going to go any further right now because we're just about 20 minutes away from kickoff for the first college football national semifinal game. It's the Goodyear Cotton Bowl between Clemson and Notre Dame. Enjoy the game. I will be back tonight at 12:30 a.m. East, probably about midnight Eastern time. I'll be back immediately after Alabama, Oklahoma, and you'll get my complete reaction to all 3 of the big bowl games today. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys enjoy the college football national semifinal games. I'll be back tonight for a complete wrap-up. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for being with me, and God bless. And I will post that poll question for you immediately as soon as I get done with everything else. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for being with me, and God bless.